One morning, I woke up. One morning, I woke up. I was very hungry, very hungry. I wanted to eat lots of food, eat a lot of food. What did I want to eat? I want to eat pancakes. I wanted to eat pancakes. But how do you make pancakes? How do you make pancakes? What do I need to make pancakes? What do I need? So, I looked at the recipe. The recipe. And the recipe is a list of all the food items I will need to make pancakes. Recipe for all food. Recipe for any kind of food. Recipe for waffles, for spaghetti. Recipe for fruit salad. Recipe for any food you want to make. So this recipe is a list of all the food items I will need to make pancakes. So what is on the recipe? I will need one egg. One egg. What else will I need? I'll also need 1 cup of flour. 1 cup of flour. 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 1 cup of flour. Then I will need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So a cup is big. It's bigger than a teaspoon of baking soda. So 1 cup of flour and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So a cup, teaspoon. 1 cup, teaspoon. What else do I need to make pancakes? I need 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. So we have 1 egg, 1 egg, 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Cup, bigger than teaspoon, smaller. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And 1 teaspoon of salt. Now I have one last food item or ingredient. Ingredient is food item. Food item is ingredient. Ingredient is food item. So what other food or ingredient do I need to make pancakes? I need 1 cup of milk. 1 cup of milk. So we have a cup of milk, 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 cup is bigger than a teaspoon. What else do I need? So we have 1 cup of milk, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 cup of flour, and 1 egg. Those are all the food items or ingredients on the pancake recipe. On the pancake recipe, all food items, 1 egg, 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 cup of milk. All on the recipe. All of the food items on the recipe. So now that I have all of my food items or ingredients, what do I do now? How do I make pancakes with all of these food items? With the egg, with the 1 cup of flour, with the teaspoon of baking powder, with the teaspoon of salt, and the cup of milk. I now have to mix all of the ingredients. Put the egg into a bowl, a bowl, a bowl, a bowl. And we're going to put the egg into the bowl. We're going to pour the milk into the bowl. We're going to put the teaspoon of baking powder into the bowl. We're going to put the teaspoon of salt into the bowl. We're going to put the cup of milk into the bowl. And then we're going to use our whisk to mix all the ingredients, to mix all of the food items. To use the whisk to mix all of the food items into the bowl. The bowl. Then, once we mixed all of our food ingredients into the bowl, we're going to use a frying pan. A frying pan. Putting the frying pan. And then, when we put it on the frying pan, we're going to pour our food items or ingredients, all of the food that we mixed together in the bowl, pouring from the bowl onto the frying pan. Onto the frying pan. Pour all the ingredients, all of the food items, onto the frying pan. So, after we let that cook, let it heat up and cook on the frying pan, we're then going to flip the pancakes. Flip them over. Take the pancakes. We're going to flip the pancakes. We are going to flip the pancakes. So after we poured our ingredients onto the frying pan, we took the ingredients from the bowl and poured them into the frying pan, and now we are going to flip the pancakes. Flip them over using a spatula. Using the spatula, we are going to flip the pancakes. Flip them over so that they can cook on each side. Each pancake has 2 sides. One side, the other side. One side is on the frying pan. One side is not on the frying pan. One side on the frying pan, the other side not on the frying pan. Two sides on the pancake. And then we'll flip the pancake onto the other side, flipping the pancake on the other side using the spatula. And that's how you make pancakes.